Okay, so we are here for the very final session of the Feb 2022 version of the Profile Building Fair by the Next Genius webinars. I hope it was a good, fantastic day of learning for you. And we are now here for the final session in which I'm going to share about internships. What exactly about internships? I'm going to share about why should you intern, when should you do an internship, what kind of internships can you participate in, where to do an internship, and finally, how to find internships, right? So it's going to be a brief, probably 15-minute session, and I hope you uh, benefit from it. So first thing to start with, let me just share one thought with you, and that is, and that's very close to my heart. And when I say that, I find that very meaningful, and that is no work is too small. Hindi, we can say koi bhi kaam chota nahi hota, right? And that's very true for internships as well. When you think of internships, think of how these internships add value to you, right? Uh, Internships, why should you do an internship? I think the first reason why you should do an internship is it gives you an experience. It gives you an experience to learn something new. It gives you an experience into the professional world. Apart from that, it also demonstrates to the colleges that you are ready. So it's like a college readiness tool. Uh, it adds value to your profile. It adds value to your resume. When you are applying to colleges, it really shows that you have gone out of the way and participated in an internship. At the same time, when you do an internship, you get to know about fields or subjects or professions that might help you when you take that decision to study a particular major at college, right? One more thing, an internship really, it might help you decide, select a major. When you do an internship in 2 or 3 different fields, let's say you have some time and able to do an internship, let's say in a social media company, or in a psychology kind of an environment, or maybe in something related to business. It gives you an opportunity to explore these fields, and eventually that exploration can help you decide the kind of things that you want to study at college. So that's how internships really add a value to your profile. Yeah. um, when when should you do an internship? There are two kind of timings that might be possible for you. You can either do an internship in your breaks, that is, you can do it during your summer break or your winter break, and that would mean that you would be expected to spend longer in your internships, right? When I say longer, that would mean somewhere from 10 hours, 30, or maybe 40 hours per week, right? So in summers and winters, you will have more time available at your hands, and that would mean you can spend more time working in professional environments. And that's one of the possible timings. Again, that might mean you might do an internship at the end of your grade 10th, or at the end of your grade 11th, or at the end of your grade 12th as well, right? Before you go into college. I mean, Next Genius does many such internship programs for high school students, and I'm going to talk about it in the next few minutes. But we indulge with students when they are moving from grade 10th to grade 11th, or from grade 11th to grade 12th. And the Next Genius scholars, they get to intern with us right after grade 12th, when they're going to the college. So they get an experience of working in a professional environment between grade 12th and after grade 12th and right before they start their college. So that is one of the possible timings of doing an internship. The best time, I would say there are two best times: right after grade 10th, right after grade 11th. Even between these two, I would say do it between your grade 11th and grade 12th, because that is a time where you are just completed your grade 11th exam and just going into your grade 12th, which is a board exam for all the national curriculum students. So that 1.5 month break is when you are matured enough to contribute as an intern to an organization. That's one timing. The second time option is you can do an internship during your school term. So in your school term, by which means when your school is actually going on, you can do very micro internships which require you to spend less time uh, in a interning environment. That means you can work probably somewhere between 5 to 10 hours per week. When I say 5 to 10 hours per week, that's about 1 to 2 hours per day. There are 5 working days usually in companies or organizations, Monday to Friday. So that's 1 to 2 hours every day. So that is where you can work when the school is in term. But again, be very careful when you're going for an internship during your school term, because again, academics are more important for you at the moment. So focus on academics. But again, if you can take some time out and participate in some short-term, short duration internships during the school term, I think that might make sense for some of you. What kind of internships should you participate in? Again, there are 2 to 3 kinds of internships that you can participate in. First is internship, which is related to what you are planning to study at college. Let's say if you're applying to, we just heard Olive from Haas School of Business at UC Berkeley. And if you're planning to study business at college and you're very sure of it, then go for an internship which exposes you to business, right? It can be marketing, it can be finance, whatever kind of business you want to study. Uh, that's the kind of internship that you can do. Something that is related to the major that you are planning to study. By the way, there is one video that we created about business programs at UC Berkeley, UCs in the different UCs, and I believe Haas School has a very specific business program, and a lot of UCs don't offer business as a major, but maybe at some other colleges you can see, let's say you can study business and you can do an internship in business, right? If you're planning to study psychology at college, you can do an internship in psychology. The second kind of internship can be something which is not related to your major, and but that is an internship which will help you gain experience. It can be something which you are passionate about. So let's say you are passionate about social service, or you're passionate about um, music or something like that, but you do not plan to study that at college. So you can go and intern in a music company, or you can go and actually not intern but volunteer with a social service organization. So that is something which you can do, which is not related to your major, but it really gives you that pleasure, and sort of also helps you uh, add another dimension to your profile, something that is outside of what you want to study, but that is something you are passionate about. And finally, another way or another opportunity or another kind of internship that you can do is exploratory internship, where you really explore different fields and try to identify what makes sense to you. So you can do an internship, let's say as a social media expert in a company, or a content creator, or maybe as a surveyor, where you go out and you survey people. So that's another kind of internship which might not be related to your field of study, but again, this is something which helps you understand what jobs or internships would look like, or what these kind of internships are like. And where can you do an internship with the with COVID? In the COVID world, there are 2 completely different kinds of environments that you can work in. Uh, Although businesses have started opening and in person, there are still lots of online internships available. So you can either look for internships online, which would mean that you can work from your home and sort of work from not just from your home, but from any place of your comfort, or there can be an in-person internship. So you need to think what kind of an internship works for you. Where is it that you want to work? Do you want to work in an online environment from the comfort of your home, or do you want to go to the office and really meet people, or meet experts in your field, and benefit from that whole environment and culture of an organization. So again, nothing wrong with any of this, but whatever that you want to do, you must have a clarity about it. And finally, how to find internships, right? There are various ways in which you can find internships. And number one way should be through your personal connections. When I say personal connections, that might also mean to your parents. You reach out to your dad and just check with him if he might have some relevant internships at his organization or at within his uh, friends and network, right? Reach out to your mom and dad and your parents and just check with them if they might have someone that they know, or within their own organizations if they can have someone uh, who is looking for an intern. If your dad owns a small business or a large business, do just reach out to him and say that, okay, dad, this is I want to help you with the business for the next 1.5 months, and that can be a professional internship for you, where you're actually spending time walking with him, helping him in his business, and gaining that professional experience with him. Uh, you can reach out to your counselors, your teachers, or your relatives, people that you look up to, and just reach out to them and check with them if they might have some interesting internship opportunities for you. A lot of times, people do not or might not have an internship, and you need to be enterprising and reach out to them with an idea of an internship, that this is what I can do for you. I understand your business. I see your business, and this is what I'm coming. These are the kind of skills I'm coming to you with, and this is an internship that I can do with you. So just reach out, just explore, just learn about their businesses, and then reach out to them with an idea. Yeah, that's number one. The second place where you can find internships is on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional network, and since you're all students over here, uh, I'm sure very few of you might have a LinkedIn account. If you don't have it, I encourage you to make a LinkedIn account and get active on it, because it's a great place. And as you move into the professional world, as you get ready for college, and as you go to college, uh, LinkedIn is going to be an important professional network for you. And that's where you can go and you can search for internships, and reach out to people that you look up to, or reach out to people that you want to work with, uh, and just give it a shot, try. And probably that's when you can get the chance to work with some of the people that uh, you are most excited to work with. And then finally, there are some more websites out there. I'll just share with you a couple of links here on where you can find internships. There are three websites actually that are most popular for internships. Website number one is internshala.com, a great place to find internships for high school students, for college students as well. The second one is letsintern.com. Again, a great website where you can find lots of internships for yourself. And then there is firstnaukri.com. It's different than naukri.com. It's the firstnaukri.com where you can find internships. So these are the three websites which you will find useful when you are searching internships for yourself. With that, let me also share my LinkedIn account with you so that we can get connected, and you can I keep on posting lots of resources and information for students, which you might find helpful. So that brings me to the end of the session, and I hope it was a good learning experience for you. I highly encourage you to intern at least once before you go to college, because if you do that, you will be able to do better at college. Why so? Because internships help you broaden your horizon. You start thinking of things more broadly, and start thinking of things in a larger sense. It brings you out of your own uh, uh, hole, and it helps you see the world around you more professionally. So make sure that you do at least one internship before you go to college. Yeah? And yeah, that brings me to the end of the session. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed being with us. Let me once again share our YouTube channel with you, which is a great place for all of you to find amazing videos related to colleges and admissions, profile building opportunities. Subscribe to it and get access to some world-class videos. And that's where I'll stop, and I'll take a few questions after that. Thank you everyone for joining.